When I wrote my exam that year, I was able to, by the question code, be the third best of my exam. And through like recent research that I've actually done recently, I've come to understand that these are the 5 tips that if you actually use them, I can promise you that exam that's coming in the next 7 weeks, you'll be more prepared than some people who have spent like the last 3 months preparing for exam. Because the exam is more like every other exam. There's a lot of key factors that if you've not written them before, you will not be able to understand. And that's what I want to like explain to you guys in this thing. Number one, you actually focus on doing fast questions. Me that I started reading very well for Jamb. When I was reading for my exam, I was doing like 8 fast questions a day. 8. I'm not even getting that because when it comes to Jamb, it's not really about knowing the topic, but it's about knowing how the topics are done in like the Jamb kind of setting. How about I know somebody that familiarize myself with this set of questions, familiarize myself with the topics, and that gives me want to be part B of this number 1 step. You need to actually focus on studying only the topics in the past questions. There's this type of UTME I recently like came out and was saying that not only do they give you past questions inside it, but they also organize the questions according to the topics. So those topics are the things that you should focus on studying, especially the topics that you know have much more questions on them. Those are the things that you should focus on. Because this is already 7 days to jam. If you start trying to read the whole textbook, we're most likely not going to get anywhere, sorry to say. So the best shot you have at actually doing when actually focusing more on studying the topics that you know you have already come out in time before, because most of these things are actually repetition. Once you familiarize yourself with it, it'll be much more easier for you to actually do it. Because this is already 7 days to read this thing. I don't have to start telling you that you reduce your distraction. I don't have to start telling you that like stop watching TikTok, and you already know that stuff. What you need to know right now is the things that you do that actually help you to increase your effort. And doing these back questions, especially doing topical past questions, will really, really help. And the next one is something that people really underestimate. But when it comes to the exam, this thing can be the difference between you having 109 and 300. And that is simply your time management. You have 4 different subjects, 2 hours, 180 questions. That means that you have to be answering like 1.5 questions per minute. And the only way you can work on your time management is, like I said, number 1, continuous practice. Not just doing the questions, but doing the questions while having like timers. That will really, really like help you be able to like manage your time better. You get what I'm saying? Like you'll be much more faster if you actually practice like doing it with the timer as well. Because like I said, you need to be answering like 1.5 questions per minute. But there's the questions that like you cannot really be wasting your time on. Because like you know that if I waste my time too much on this question, I won't be able to answer this question. And if I was to give a tip to anybody, I would tell you to sincerely do your English first, then go on to do all the other calculation subjects that you do. Because if not, you waste your whole time and then you end up not answering English. And this working on your time management, it kind of also links to that calculator on the laptop, because the calculator on the laptop is not really the same with the calculator that you have physically. So you cannot really be practicing your past questions while using the calculator on your that you normally use. Because like calculator on your laptop, like when you're using it on your laptop, it's a whole lot like harder for you to do. So you need to practice doing it with calculator on your laptop instead of like your normal calculator. So this next third point, I feel like it's very, very, very important, because Chan is depending on the physical exam. So point 3 is simply PPP. What's PPP? Pray, pray, and pray. There were a lot of people in Jamb that they scored like 30 marks less than me. And these are people that I can beat myself and say that these people are more smarter than me by far. Any day you put 2 of us in the same room, I know that these guys are going to beat me hands down. But these people ended up having like less scores than me, because stupid things like their screen went off or rubbish like that. See, like I always have like Jamb is 50% reading, 50% prayer. That's so the truth about it. I cannot attribute my 298 exam to the work I did. It's a lie. I said 298, 298. Because the truth is that exam is all about prayer, because you might actually know what to write, and you get there and then your laptop is just off or something to feel like that. So you need to actually engage much more in prayer. Like pray, like serious, like what are you doing? Like not the rubbish prayer you used to pray during your normal exam. That one will not work for this one. Like serious prayer, like 15 minutes prayer, 1 hour serious prayer, because if your laptop off, that's OT for you. Like that's OT. Like it's only by the grace of God that some people that had their laptop went off and they still ended up doing very, very well. Like in Jamb, for some people say can even be as bad as making them to write next year. So you need to really, really pray. So this next one is one that hinders 50% of people that write Jamb. And to say the truth, it has sincerely killed a lot of people. And the youth are not for those people. the first step is simply just like fix your mindset. I don't know how this mindset started spreading around, like, oh, we cannot write down once. I don't down once. I don't get what I'm saying. Like, I wrote it once. So if people are writing once, that means you can write it once. Forget that rubbish that they feel like it's hard, blah, blah, blah. If you reorientate your mind to think that that actually easy, that means doing another, to be a whole lot easier, for you to actually do the job. Like, you need to really fix your mind and stop thinking and shiny movements. Just keep referring all the things that I've said in past videos, that I can do people guys expecting me and all that. Like, think of them as something that you know that is possible, as something that you know that is actually doable, not something that people write over and over again. If you make up your mind that you write it down and you do it once and you pass, back to that, you will actually pass. And this last one is something that I'm really, really glad I did that time. A lot of people, after Jamb, they have viable program. They said that if you follow these 5 points, you will always constantly be proud of yourself. And number 5 is, do it for your future self. When I was in SSD, I threw away all my textbooks and reviews. I don't know, I was full of the body that year. So, but the only thing I did not throw away was my Jamb, because that was where I used to do all my 8 class questions every day. And I just kept, because I knew the amount of work that I put into it, and whenever I just look into that regret, I just remind myself that when I set my mind to do things, by the grace of God, I can achieve it. Like, thanks for respect, it says, you can go on things request that's doing you. Really just give it your all. Even not for your current self, for your future self. It's better that you know that you tried your best rather than you not start regretting that I wish I did more than I did. And that's really just the fact that if we engage in this last 7 days before your jump to say when we're going to turn out. So give a future comments your goals for Jamb, or what you expect to score and all that. And be sure to come back to this video with your testimony. Like, I'm really looking forward to you guys telling me, how things turn out and all that. Please, just be like, oh, I'm going to score this and this. And this was what I got in the end. Very beautiful, like, so what the other done kind of comments. So yeah, I really love that if you guys will do that and if it turns out well. But, of course, like I said, studying, it's not just about just studying anyhow, but there's specific ways to study so that you can actually manage your time. So you can use it by the side, and I'm going to explain to you some very techniques that you can use in this last 7 days to actually make your study sessions a full lot more productive. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Yeah? Thank you so much, guys, for watching. And if you guys success in your Jamb, and I hope I really found out well. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.